Chris Duffin, coming to you from the Elite Performance Center Lounge. And speaking of lounge, this week I was planning on shooting a couple instructional videos, and I thought, well, hell, how about I have someone else shoot them for me? So, it kind of fits with the thought process here at EPC, where we try to develop people into coaches. And so, I picked a couple exercises I want to hit for the week, and waited till I found some people doing them, then walked up and asked them to describe and coach the lift for me on camera. So you'll see what you get here in a little bit. These two exercises are ones that I addressed in my my glute development rant a couple weeks ago, and I didn't really go into depth on the cues and the performance of these two. So we're going to go through this week.
So this movement we like to do a lot at EPC for assistance for the deadlift and the squat is a band resisted Dimel deadlift, partial, whatever you want to call it. And it's a movement that helps train the motor pattern of the deadlift in a very explosive way, helps people learn how to activate their glutes, hamstrings, their whole posterior chain, so that the deadlift isn't just a slow movement, but it's the explosive movement that it should be. And so you set up bands. You can vary the band tension. You can also add weights. Bend down and grab the bar, just like a regular deadlift. Come up to the lockout position. And once you're in this position, you want to let the weight and the resistance of the band load up the glutes and the hamstrings, the whole posterior chain. So you're setting the bar down, your back, you pressurized your core, you're not overextending your shoulders, you're set up just like you'd pull the deadlift, this top position. You let the weight pull you down, load up the glutes and hamstrings to right below the knee, then you pop up. Let me put this back on. And so, you still filming? This is a good exercise that Chris and the coaches here recommend to teach beginners how to use the right muscles on the deadlift, and for anyone to just burn the hell out of your glutes and hamstrings and ingrain that pattern that we see in the deadlift.
Repetition range?
Yeah, do them for high reps. You want to make them as explosive as possible, 15 to 20. No rest between reps. You just go crazy. It's a very violent movement, as you saw. For most of the time, I get through 2 sets, and then my third one, I'm pretty fatigued. But as many sets as you can to failure, where failure is not being able to do the movement, but not being able to do the movement explosively. Right.
Excellent.
That's it?
Slam the bar with your hips?
Yeah, and at the top, you want to externally rotate to lock out the glutes, like your feet planted in the floor. You're spreading them out. So the lockout isn't just a loose position up here, but it's an explosive position where the glutes are tight.
From EPC, the Elite Performance Center, Portland's strongest gym. We're going to be going over the Ukrainian Stallions today, one of EPC's own movements. Similar to the Dimel deadlifts that Andre showed you, these are also another back and glute builder, but these are a little bit more. So this is a little bit more of an advanced movement because we're going to be doing not only the glute, hamstring work, we're also going to be rounding our upper back to stimulate growth in our spinal erectors. So the third part of this is, of course, the hip band. So you're going to throw this around your hips gracefully, I might add. Get on top of your 2 benches or boxes, whatever you have. And with your kettlebell, dumbbell, whatever you are using, you're going to round your upper back while keeping your lower back neutral. Never, ever, ever round that lower back. And you're going to bring your hips back and lower the weight slowly until you feel a stretch in your hamstrings. And then you're going to come back up and make sure you do the hip thrust at the top to lock the glutes out.
The stallion.
Yeah, this is the stallion part. If you want, you can make horse sounds So rounding the upper back whole time, when you get to the top, you straighten up a little bit so you're getting that pump in your upper back. Make sure, like I said, that you're not rounding your lower back because that's going to put very unhappy pressure on your lumbar spine.
How do you keep that lower back from rounding?
By bracing your abs, just like a pony at the big race. You shove them out, pull your ribs down, and hold it. We usually do that for 4 sets of 20. Make sure, since it is kind of a high-risk movement since you're rounding your back, that you're staying braced the whole time and that you're not jerking the movement around at all. You want it to be very smooth and steady, controlled the whole way through.
Thanks, Greg.
Yeah.
Only things really missed there. The high repetition they covered well. The reasoning behind that is that the hamstrings seem to be pretty dominant a lot of times. So with a lot of these movements, you're not going to feel the glutes start firing till, rep 12, 16, somewhere in there. Then you'll feel the burn kick in and you'll barely be able to finish to the 20. So that's really how you should be assessing the weights that you want to move for those. And the band on the Ukrainian, again, is just a little bit of RNT methodology employed to cue those glutes to fire. And that wraps it up. Those guys did a good job coaching. Thanks. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Lots more videos coming. And also check out my website, kabukiwarrior.com.